Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Liberty Wheat penny coins from the United States of America, those classic copper cents that could turn out to be worth a small fortune today. From the very first Lincoln Wheat penny minted in 1909 to the rarest editions like the 1943 copper penny and the 1914 D, these coins hold incredible history, beauty, and hidden value. Whether you're a passionate coin collector or just found an old penny in your change, this video will help you spot the rare wheat pennies that could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's market. Stay tuned till the end. I'll reveal which Liberty Wheat pennies are the most valuable and what specific details you should look for to identify a true treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our latest videos on rare and valuable U.S. coins. The 1951 D Wheat penny, a small copper coin minted in Denver, hold a special place in the hearts of coin collectors and treasure seekers around the world. Though it might appear like an ordinary 1-cent piece at first glance, this coin has a history and rarity that make it truly remarkable. Made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, its warm reddish tone carries a glow of America's post-war optimism. Each of these pennies tells a silent story of the 1950s, an era of rebuilding, prosperity, and pride in craftsmanship. The D mint mark beneath the date stands for the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in U.S. history, which produced billions of coins, but only a handful with striking errors and unique details that later turned them into treasures worth unimaginable amounts. Over the decades, certain 1951 D Wheat pennies have gained legendary status due to their exceptional condition and the rare minting errors they carry. Some of these coins exhibit double dies, off-center strikes, or unusually sharp impressions that distinguish them from ordinary pennies. When such features align with pristine, uncirculated condition, the coin's value can skyrocket beyond all expectations. Collectors across the globe have been known to pay astonishing sums for these rare pieces, with the most flawless examples fetching prices in the tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in today's market where rarity and story matter as much as metal, even a small detail, like a slight misprint or deep red luster, can transform a humble cent into a millionaire's dream. What makes the 1951 D Wheat penny so captivating isn't just its copper composition or its old-fashioned design, but the deep emotional connection people feel toward it. It represents a time when a penny truly meant something, when children collected coins in jars, and when craftsmanship was a source of national pride. The image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse symbolizes strength and unity, while the twin wheat ears on the reverse pay tribute to America's agricultural roots. Together, they form a coin that's more than currency. It's a symbol of heritage and hard work. Many collectors say that holding a 1951 D penny feels like holding a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. But among the billions minted, only a few have survived in exceptional condition. These gems are what drive collectors wild. A coin graded mint state, or proof-like, can fetch staggering amounts, especially when its surface remains untouched by wear or oxidation. Some extremely rare examples with mirror-like surfaces or unique die varieties have reportedly been appraised at values reaching into the millions. That's why experts often say, if you come across a 1951 D Wheat penny, do not underestimate its potential. It could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery waiting to rewrite your financial destiny. The modern coin market thrives on rarity and authenticity, and the 1951 D is both in abundance. Its charm lies not just in scarcity, but in the story it tells of a nation transitioning from wartime recovery to prosperity, of copper's historical value, and a collector's unending passion for hidden treasures. While many coins lose relevance over time, this penny continues to captivate with its enduring mystery. Every year, new collectors emerge, drawn to its legacy in the hope that one small piece of copper might unlock unimaginable wealth. Imagine, then, the shock of realizing that a coin worth a single cent decades ago could now be worth millions. The thought alone ignites curiosity and excitement among collectors, investors, and dreamers alike. It's the kind of discovery that could change a person's life overnight, transforming an old coin tucked away in a drawer into a symbol of fortune. The allure of the 1951 D Wheat penny isn't just in its monetary value, but in the idea that something so ordinary could hold such extraordinary potential. For anyone lucky enough to find one, the advice is simple yet powerful. Do not spend it. Guard it, preserve it, and seek professional evaluation. The tiniest difference in color, luster, or strike can mean the difference between a penny and a priceless masterpiece. The coin's worth is not merely in its metal, but in its story, its scarcity, and its perfection. Selling it too cheaply would be like trading gold for gravel. In the end, the 1951 D Wheat penny stands as a timeless reminder that true value often hides in plain sight. What seems small and insignificant can sometimes carry the power to transform your life. Whether kept as a cherished heirloom or sold to the highest bidder, this coin embodies the ultimate dream of collectors everywhere. The hope that one day, a tiny piece of history will turn into an unimaginable fortune. So, check your change and search your drawers. Your next great discovery might be waiting right in your pocket. A single copper circle, no bigger than your thumbnail, can carry a secret so potent it makes the imagination stumble. The 1952 D Lincoln Wheat penny, minted in Denver, stamped with modest D, has long been a sort of coin that sparks feverish whispers in basements, at flea markets, and in the quiet halls of auction houses. To the untrained eye, it's just a worn little relic of mid-century America. Lincoln's steady portrait on the front, two stalks of wheat cradling the reverse. But to collectors, dealers, and the kind of person who breathes in the smell of old coin albums, the 1952 D is a siren, ordinary by the millions, but with rare stars hidden in its die and its finish that, when aligned perfectly, can turn a penny into headline news. This tiny cent was struck on the classic bronze composition used before 1982, predominantly copper with small amount of tin and zinc, giving it that warm, reddish glow that collectors chase. The Denver Mint produced an enormous quantity, hundreds of millions of these small cents, which means that the vast majority are common and worth little above face in worn condition. Yet because so many were made, the tiny subset that escaped circulation in flawless, brilliant condition stands out like rubies in a coal pile. Their scarcity is not in the date alone, but in the story written by their surface. Color, strike, luster, and any minting oddity that whispers one of kind. PCGS.com. Now, let's cut to the hyperbole you'll see in clickbait headlines. The everyday 1952 D penny in circulated condition is worth a small multiple of its face. Pennies collected and sold all the time, but the real splashes happen in the mint state and error markets. Graded examples that retain original red color and strong strikes command steadily higher prices as the grade climbs. Modest uncirculated pieces might fetch a few dollars to a few dozen, while high-grade certified coins, MS-65 and up, start to enter real collector territory and can be priced in the hundreds. If a coin shows a pronounced eye error or extraordinary eye appeal, those numbers can jump further still. These are market realities shown by price guides and auction records that track sales across graders and sellers. APMEX Plus One, the thrilling part, and where fortune hunters get breathless, is when minting errors or die varieties appear. Doubling of letters or dates, isolated die chips that create strange extra strokes, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws can elevate a 1952 D from common to collectible to excess. Such error pieces appear occasionally on collector marketplaces and sometimes in auctions. Some sellers list specific double die or die chip 1952 D specimens as rare finds, and buyers have been known to pay significantly more when the error is dramatic and the coin surface is otherwise strong. In short, error plus high grade equals a multiplier that turns hopefuls into headline hunters. eBay Plus One. But temper the fairy tale with cold market history. While extraordinary examples can bring surprising sums, the documented auction ceiling for the specific date and mint is far from the millions overnight fantasy. There are recorded sales of 1952 D coins graded at the very top, MS-67 plus red variants. That reached several $1,000s at high-end auctions, real money, certainly life-changing for many, but not the instant billionaire jackpot some rumors promise. The auction market for Lincoln cents is deep and varied. The very top prices come from a narrow set of coins with absolute perfection, exceptional color, and sometimes a dealer or collector bidding war behind them. PCGS.com. Because so much value hangs on small details, the single best move if you find what you suspect is an extraordinary 1952. D is conservational and procedural. Do not clean it, do not rub it, and do not let a kid use it as a pendant. Keep it in a protective flip or a soft pouch, and seek professional authentication and grading. Professional services will assign a grade, the 1 to 70 scale, and can detect whether an apparent error is a genuine mint anomaly or a postmint damage or counterfeit. A certified coin with a solid pedigree and a high grade sells for a lot more than the same coin left raw on a kitchen table. Getting a coin slabbed and accompanied by auction records or a dealer opinion is how a modest cent becomes a collectible asset you can monetize properly. And GC coin +1. Now a reality check on the dream. While some wheat cents from other years and mints, genuine rarities like the 1909 SVDB or the 1943 Bronze Error have cleared astounding sums at auction, well into 5 or 6 figures in exceptional cases. The 1952 D lives in a different neighborhood of the market. That doesn't make it worthless. It makes it part of the thrill of coin hunting. The likelihood of striking literal treasure is slim, but the excitement of possibility is enormous. History shows dramatic single coin sales are rare and usually tied to unique circumstances, not the common lot. So treat every find with cautious optimism, not blind certainty. The sun. Finally, the human side of this metallic drama. Whether you're a casual finder who lifted a loose cent from a jar or a seasoned collector who's just bagged a brilliant red, remember that coins carry story as much as price. A 1952, D can be a family heirloom, a collectible to pass down, or a piece you sell to fund a dream. But whatever route you take, do it armed with facts. Authenticated grading, clear photographs, and a sense of the market. If you want to sell, shop around reputable auction houses and specialist dealers. If you want to keep, protect the coins so future generations see what you saw. The penny's power is not magic alone, but the combination of rarity, condition, and the human hunger for pieces of history. So, sweep your pockets and jars with new eyes. The 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is a coin of quiet drama, usually ordinary, sometimes extraordinary, and occasionally the very thing that makes a collector's heart race. If you think you found one that's beyond ordinary, preserve it verified. And remember that while billion-dollar myths sell headlines, the real story is a slow, fascinating chase for beauty, rarity, and the one tiny object that can rewrite a collector's life. The 1956 D. Wheat Penny, a tiny, copper disc stamp with Lincoln steady profile and 2 sprigs of wheat. Looks like pocket change, but beneath its familiar face, it carries a whisper of something far greater. Imagine a coin that slipped through history, surviving decades of pockets, piggy banks, and kitchen drawers, then resurfaces like a buried secret. That's a fantasy collector's chase with pieces like the 1956 D. Ordinary at a glance, extraordinary to the person who recognizes its subtle signs of rarity. Whether it's the warm red glow of original copper, the crispness of the strike, or a strange, intriguing error on the die, these pennies can trigger a rush in collectors that feels almost like discovering treasure in your own home. What elevates a humble 1956 D into the realm of the priceless isn't magic so much as a handful of rare conditions and quirks. A coin that escaped circulation and kept its original luster, what experts call red uncirculated, will always command attention. Even more dramatic are minting anomalies. Double dies where part of the design appears echoed, off-center strikes that let a slice of blank metal show, or repunch mint marks that leave ghostly traces of another letter. When these unusual features pair with flawless surfaces, the result is a coin that stops auctions cold and prompts collectors to reach deep into their pockets. It's a marriage of rarity, condition, and story that fuels astronomical prices. Not the copper itself, but the unique identity the coin carries. Think about the drama packed into a single small coin. Minted in Denver in 1956 amid post-war growth, carried through lives and decades, then hidden away until one attentive person noticed it. That narrative, the coin's life story, is priceless to collectors. They don't just buy metal, they buy provenance, mystery, and a physical connection to the past. When in 1956, D shows unusual features in a mirror-like, untouched surface, it becomes a headline maker in the numismatic world. People gasp, catalogs update, and whispered valuations climb. The emotional pull is enormous. The idea that something with the face value of a penny can hide a fortune is intoxicating, and that thrill drives competitive bidding and soaring prices. But let's be clear and practical amid the excitement. Not every 1956 D is a golden ticket. Millions were struck, and most are common, worn, and worth only a few cents or dollars depending on condition. The tiny fraction that become legendary are those with exceptional qualities. Perfect fields, blazing red luster, or dramatic errors that are rare and authentic. If you ever find what you suspect might be a special 1956 D, protect it immediately. Avoid cleaning. Don't handle it with bare fingers. And don't trade away to the first buyer who offers a casual sum. A careless reaction can shred value overnight. Conversely, the right grader, the right auction, or the right collector can turn your find into a once-in-a-lifetime windfall. For anyone holding such a coin, the pathway to realizing true value is patience and process. Seek out a reputable numismatic grader or an experienced dealer with strong credentials. People who live and breathe coins and can spot authenticity and grade with recognized standards. Professional grading companies encapsulate coins and issue grades that the collecting community trusts. That grade often determines whether a coin sells for pocket change or commands jaw-dropping bids. If your coin carries a verified error or an ultra-high grade, it's the sort of thing that fuels headline sales and could, in exceptional, documented cases, reach very high valuations. But those outcomes hinge on proof, provenance, and careful handling. The romantic part of owning a rare 1956 D is imagining what it could do for you. Change a life, fund a dream, or simply become a centerpiece of curated collection that brings joy and pride. Collectors often speak in reverent tones about the thrill of the find. That spine-tingling realization that what you've held for years was quietly extraordinary. Yet alongside romance must come realism. Market values fluctuate, tastes change, and the highest prices are achieved when the coin meets the exact wish list of the right buyer at the right moment. So treasure the story and hope for the best, but build your expectations on verification and the steady work of the collecting world. If you want to protect the coin's potential, store it properly. Acid-free holders, a cool, dry place, and minimal handling are the basics. Avoid improvised cleaning. Nothing kills value faster than harsh scrubbing or chemical exposure. When the time comes to sell, consider auctions that specialize in coins. They attract passionate bidders and often fetch premium prices for extraordinary pieces. Rare coins also move within specialist networks. Dealers, private collectors, and estates who understand nuance and can appreciate subtle, high-value varieties. A well-documented provenance and a clear chain of custody can add persuasive weight when the gavel falls. Above all, treat the 1956 D with the awe it deserves without letting wishful thinking override sound decisions. A single coin can indeed become legendary, transforming a forgotten penny into a centerpiece of wealth or a family heirloom that tells a story for generations. But that transformation is driven by verifiable rarity, expert grading, and the market's appetite for that particular story. If you stumble upon such a coin, protect it, verify it, and let the experts guide you. Because the difference between a tossed penny and a once-in-a-lifetime treasure often comes down to knowledge, patience, and a little bit of luck. The 1946 D Wheat Penny is one of those rare, magical coins that turn ordinary moments into extraordinary stories. Minted in Denver shortly after the end of World War II, this small copper coin carries the weight of history, hope, and resilience within its shining surface. Though it was meant to be worth just a single cent, the 1946 D has gained an almost mythical reputation among collectors for its beauty, mystery, and astonishing market worth. To the untrained eye, it may look like just another old penny. But to those who understand its secrets, this coin could be the golden ticket to a fortune. The rich, reddish-brown glow of its copper surface whispers tales of a post-war America rebuilding its dreams. And today, it has become a symbol of hidden wealth that could make its owner a millionaire overnight. Each 1946 D Wheat Penny is a tiny time capsule from an era of recovery and hope. The D mint mark beneath the date signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint, a place famous for precision and craftsmanship. But within that precision, there were moments of imperfection, rare minting errors, misstrikes, and double dies that today turn certain coins into priceless gems. Collectors are constantly searching for those rare pieces that stand apart from the billions made. A coin with a perfect strike, uncirculated shine, or a unique mint error can command jaw-dropping prices in the numismatic world. Some rare examples in pristine, untouched condition are believed to be worth hundreds of thousands, and the stories of private sales have fueled a legend that certain 1946 D pennies could easily touch the $1 million mark in today's market. What gives this coin its magnetic appeal is not only its age or rarity, but its emotional connection to a nation's story. In 1946, America had just emerged victorious from World War II. Copper was once again flowing back into coinage after wartime zinc substitutes, and the wheat penny represented both endurance and renewal. The proud portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side reminds us of courage and unity, while the wheat stalks on the reverse symbolize growth and abundance. Holding a 1946 D penny is like holding the promise of prosperity in your palm. It's a piece of history that still breathes with the optimism of a generation that rebuilt a nation. Over the decades, the value of this coin has only grown as its numbers dwindle. Most of the 1946 D wheat pennies in circulation were spent scratched or melted down, but the few surviving in perfect mint condition have become legends. Collectors describe finding one as striking gold in copper form. Some are so beautifully preserved, with a fiery red luster untouched by time, that they gleam like new coins straight from the mint. These are the coins that auction houses and private collectors compete for, driving prices to unimaginable heights. For the right buyer, a flawless 1946 D wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a masterpiece. What makes this story even more fascinating is the unpredictability of discovery. Many people found rare 1946 D pennies tucked away in old drawers, coin jars, or inherited collections. Imagine the thrill of realizing that the humble penny you've ignored for years could